Hello and welcome to beautiful Antigonish, Nova Scotia, inside one of the best barns in all of Nova Scotia, the Antigonish Arena. As for this Maritime Major Midget Girls Hockey League presentation on High Button Sports. Hello, my name is Ryan McDonald. On behalf of all of High Button Sports, I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening for this game between the host Northern Subway Selects and the visiting Cape Breton Lynx. We're at the halfway point between these two teams here in Antigonish, as we should be in for a good one. The one meeting between these two teams earlier this year at the Hector was a 2-1 victory for the Selects. We were hoping that we could get even half as good as a game as that turned out to be between these two teams. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and what better way to end it than watching some hockey. As both teams are doing their warm-ups at the moment, we'll step aside and we'll be right back for the first puck drop in just a moment. Welcome back into the Anagish Arena, as it is a packed barn here tonight for this matchup between the Northern Subway Selects and the Cape Breton Lynx. As both teams finish the warm-up, we're about to get underway here. Refs putting the pegs in the nets. In nets tonight for the Selects, it's number 31, Lydia Mason. And for the Lynx, it's 37, Abby Jessam. There's a couple signs up I could see for Jessam. Big support crowd here. Without further ado, both teams skating towards center ice. This game's about to get underway. Puck is dropped, one back by the Selects. Quickly working their way up, stopped at center ice. It's just chipped into the Lynx zone. Lynx will grab it and work their way back out of their own zone. Dumped in deep into the Selects end, behind the net. Gathered up there by 17. Landry fighting for it behind the net in the corner. McClellan will try to chip it out there for the Selects. As it's just dumped around the back of the net there. It'll try to be chipped out. Does not work as the Lynx will pick it up. Working around the point, just dump in. And Lynx will get a change here early in the first. Selects try to get it up the outlet pass, but Vickers has other ideas as she just knocks it down, dumps it right back in. Both teams looking to get something started early here in this game. Get the crowd into it as both sides look like they have a big support system here today. Selects behind their own net. Working the way up, chipped off the boards, but stopped by Vickers immediately at the blue line. The puck's up for grabs by the center line. Selects try to work in to the zone, but puck's knocked off the stick there as soon as she crossed the blue line. Vickers has it in her own corner. She throws it up, her pass just wide, and that'll go all the way down the ice for an icing against the Lynx. I will move it all the way back down into a Lynx zone. Neither team so far are being able to get a footing in the first minute and 30 seconds here into the game. As the Selects will have their first offensive zone draw. Won it back to the point. Shot. Hit a shin pad into the corner. Puck's knocked around. Selects regain possession. Back at the point. It's stripped. And the Lynx are off. Working down to one-on-one. Makes a move. But that's denied there by the Selects defender. The puck's knocked around in the corner. Lynx come up with it. There's going to be a battle in the corner. Vickers fighting for the puck. She loses it. It's behind the net. Centering pass. No one there. And the Selects will be able to pick up the puck. And they're going to go the other way with a little bit of speed. And just a dumped into the Lynx zone as soon as she crossed center ice. Puck goes down into the corner. Looking for some help. Pass to the point. Gets knocked up and out of the zone. And that'll go all the way down into the Select zone. They're working behind their own net. Puck by the blue line. Try to chip past the defender there. And it goes up and over and into the crowd. So we'll get another stoppage play there. The puck will go just outside the Nova zone for the face-off. So the puck's tossed back in. Puck's dropped, one by the Lynx. Pass goes a little wide though, and we picked up by Connolly. Connolly tries to get it into the zone. The Lynx are there though to get it chipped up to Andrews. Pass is just out of her reach, and it'll be dumped back into the Lynx zone. Morel has it behind her own net. Her pass to McNeil. McNeil trying to get it out. Finally does. Austin just chips it out. They'll go all the way down for another icing against the Lynx. So once again, we'll go all the way back down to their zone for another offensive zone draw here early in this game for the Selects. Just over 3 minutes into this period here. No shots either way. Fast pace to start this game. Two heated rivals face off here in Antigonish. Puck goes back to the blue line. Fake the slap shot. Just tries to get it in deep. Does not work, and it's just chipped up and out of the the zone, all the way back down to the select zone, working behind their own net again. Pass is intercepted, and that's knocked once again right into the crowd here with no netting in the arena. So that'll have to be tossed back in. This time it looks like it might be an offensive zone draw for the Lynx, and it is. So the Lynx have their first chance here. Try to get something going in the select zone. As the select centerman gets kicked out of the draw, so someone else will have to come and take it in against McNeil. Puck's dropped, won by the Selects as they tie her up. Out to the point, McLean shot, hits the stick up and over. And we'll do that face-off all over again. Richards in for the Selects to take that draw. Puck's dropped and once again tied up and won by the Selects. McIntyre has it, trying to get it out. Chips up the boards, it's stopped though. Landry can't stop it at the point and it'll go out of the zone. The Lynx trying to fight for it at the center line. Landry just chips it past everybody into the zone. McNeil has a puck in the corner for the Lynx. McNeil centering pass off the state and back into the corner. Another centering pass, and Landry can't finish that there. She passes out to Vickers at the point. Vickers back to Landry. Landry working towards a slot. She passes back to the point. Shot high and wide as Vic goes back to Vickers at the point. She just tries to dump it into the corner. So Selects will pick it up along the wall. Partner pass there in front of the net. Dangerous pass, but worked out. But then the Lynx just knock it right back into the zone. Selects trying to get out of their zone desperately here. Pass up to the boards. The outlet pass once again knocked down and sent right back behind the net. The Lynx a little bit of momentum here as the puck's bounced around by the blue line and once again dumped right into the corner. Going back for it are the Selects again, trying to regroup. Partner pass behind the net. That's knocked down. Puck goes back to the point, but not enough juice on it. The Selects will get it and go the other way. They have some numbers working their way in. Shot, glove save by Jessam, and she just knocks it down. Selects still have it at the point. Just a chip off the wall there, and another shot just goes wide. Lynx trying to get it out this time, not let the Selects get some footing. Try to chip it out. Defenseman stands tall, holding the line. Another attempt for the Lynx gets knocked back into the zone. And the Selects now putting some pressure on. Puck in the corner. There will be a battle in the corner for that puck. Lynx come out with it. Reverses back behind her net again. Trying to get something set up. Pass out to the wall. But there's a swarm of Selects there as they get the puck. Centering pass. Nobody there. It's going to go across the ice. And the Lynx will try to get it out. And this time it does get out. But the Selects will regroup at center ice. Trying to get back in, and they just knock it into the zone. Lynx defenders there. Throw it right behind their own net. As the puck just seeps out of the Lynx zone, the Selects starting to fly now. As the Lynx will just dump it down. There's going to be no icing on that one. As the Lynx win the foot race anyway. Centering pass off the goalie's pad. As she gets taken down behind the net. Vickers tries to throw it on net, and that just goes wide. Selects coming the other way. Pass just out of her reach. Vickers will retreat and grab the puck. She tries to chip it out. It gets out, but Selects are on it right away. The Lynx win the puck back. McCaffrey just dumps it into the Select zone to get a change there for her team. Selects trying to get it out. Strong Lynx forecheck so far tonight. Selects just elect to dump it into the corner. They win the foot race. A lot of white jerseys surround her though. So Lynx win the puck right back. Pass knocked up and out of play, and that for the third time. Puck goes up and over the glass. And we'll get a stoppage of play. It will be an offensive zone draw for the Selects. McCaddy in for the Selects to take the draw. She ties up the other centerman, and the Selects win it back. They have it behind the net. But the Lynx are there to foil that plan. Puck goes out to the point. Selects at the point. Slap shot. Pad save into the corner. Good rebound control there by Jessom. So there's a battle along the corner. Selects have the puck, centering pass, hit it, skate, and just one goes back into the corner. Selects looking for a good opportunity here. Pass to McCaddy off her stick and up and over. McCaddy with it at the blue line. She tries to dump it in, and it hits a couple people and goes into the corner once again. Puck's down behind the net. It's hit towards the front of the net, but Jessom's just going to cover it there, and it gives a couple extra shoves there as McCaddy fell into her crease. And she fed McCaddy a couple punches to the face there. So there's going to be no call, and we're going to have another offensive zone draw here for the Selects. Puck's dropped. Won by the Select. Shot just goes wide of the net as Jessom falls down, but the Lynx get the puck and get it out of danger as they chip it up and over into the Select zone. That's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing. So this will be a very tired Lynx group out here, as some of them have been on for around a minute, as the icing means that there's going to be another offensive zone draw for the Selects. Selects trying to take advantage of one of these. They've had a couple of them, as we are almost halfway through this first period already. Puck drop again, won again by the Selects, as they've been great off the face-off so far. Shot in front doesn't make it to the net. So Lynx try to chip it out, but it's held at the blue line there. Second and third attempt finally get it out. It's knocked right back into the zone, but the delayed offside lets the Lynx set things up here, try to slow things down a little bit. It's a chip, hits a skate and goes all the way down to the Select zone. Puck's up along the wall. McLean knocks it up, and it's stumped right into the corner. It'll be picked up there, and Austin works into the zone. Austin shot, hits a skate up and over the net. As she's playing the puck, she's down on the ground. She tried to pass it there. So there's four-person scrum for the puck behind the net. It gets knocked all the way around. So the Selects are going to retreat behind their own net, try to get something started here. A little breakout as they try to chip the puck up and over, and it gets out. Gets past a couple defenders, but eventually it's knocked right back to the Lynx blue line. Austin knocks it pass up front, and that will just be elected to just be dumped into the zone. Selects desperately trying to get something out here. Goes to the point. McLean shot, pad save into the corner, and there's a whistle there as the net is off. Because that's been an issue here today at the Antigushin Arena. A couple games earlier, the nets have been coming off fairly easily, as it happens again there. So there will be a stoppage of play and another face-off here in the Select zone this time, as McCaddy and McNeil line up for the face-off. This time won by McNeil for the Lynx, but it gets knocked into the corner. McCaddy will have it in the corner. It's knocked off her stick. Bouncing towards the front of the net. It gets knocked behind the net. Selects just elect to chip it up and out, and it just gets dumped right back in. Coming up with a little bit of speed into the Lynx zone, working her way towards the net. Short angle shot, saved by Jessom, and it's cleared down into the Select zone as they have to retreat and regroup. Lynx getting a change here. Select trying to take advantage of that. Spaghetti just chips it in and lets her partner go chase it. It's in the corner. McCaddy wins the battle there. She tries to center it. Shot. Big block. It's bouncing around in front. Where's the puck? Another shot. Doesn't make it to it. The net. A shot from the point is blocked in front. And that'll be chipped off the boards and out, and that'll go all the way down for an icing as they wave it off at the last second there. So Selects will have to regroup. She loses the puck, but is able to regroup take it back as there's going to be a delay penalty. It looks like it's going to be on the Selects. Jessamine on the way to the bench. Trying to get the extra attacker on here as the puck gets chipped back to the point. Shot from the point, and it's going to be knocked away in front. And yes, there will be a hooking call here with 8:55 remaining in the opening frame. It will go against Layla Burris on the Selects. First power play here in the game. It goes to the Lynx. Looking to take advantage of that here. It's pucked one back by McClellan. Lynx win it though. They try to get it in deep. It's alongside the boards there. There's 5 bodies in there trying to dig out the puck. Ref's yelling to move it. Goes back to the point. Gabriel passes it in deep. Shot. Hit a body and just wide. Goes back to the point to Gabriel. She passes it back to Vickers. Vickers back to the point. Couldn't be handled, and Selects get it and just dump it all the way down. Jessamine behind her own net to play it. And she just leaves it there for Gabriel. Gabriel's going to pick up some speed in her own zone and pass it up. Pass couldn't be handled. It's just knocked back into the Lynx zone. Almost a minute into this power play. Pass to Vickers just out of her reach. She's able to get it. Tries to make a move. Unsuccessful. She just retreats back, passes the puck back to Gabriel. Back to Vickers. Vickers makes a move at her own blue line. She's coming up with some speed. She's into the select zone. Circles back, looking for some help. Back to the point. McGinnis, shot, hits some shin pads back to her. There's a new unit coming on here, so they have to slow down and wait for them to come on. Back to the point to McLean, sorry. Her pass wide. And the Selects get it, and they dump it down, much to the amusement of their fans, as the Lynx have to retreat back behind their own net. 30 seconds left in this power play. McGinnis has it in her own zone. She looks forwards. Into the zone is Austin, and she will be offside. And that puck will come just outside the Select zone. 22 seconds left in this power play. This would be a big kill early on for the Selects as they win the puck back into their own zone, and that's just going to be promptly dumped back into the Lynx zone. 14 seconds left. The Lynx have time for one more rush here on the power play. They're behind their own net. Trying to break out here. Gaining some speed up the middle. Working towards the boards. Penalty is over. Even strength. Vickers has it. Vickers back to the point. Shot from the point. Just wide. Trying to work it back to the point. Selects intercept that pass. It's going to be a 2-on-2 the other way. Chipped into the corner. She wins the foot race for her own chip. Behind the net. Another battle behind the net here. 6.5 minutes remaining in this opening frame here in Antigonish. Refs yelling to move it. As the Lynx eventually win that battle. Vickers loses the puck, but her teammate's there to pick it up. Behind their own net. Pass to Vickers, just out of her reach. She tries to chip it past the Selects forechecker. Can't. Pass intended for Vickers behind. Couldn't get it. It's rimmed around the boards. Back to the point. The Selects lose the puck at the point, and there's a hard collision by the blue line. No call, much to the chagrin of the Lynx bench. Lynx trying to get something going here. Loose the puck. Neutral zone. Selects working back the other way. Her pass behind her. No one there. McNeil just moves the puck up to Brown. Brown tried to get to Cremo. Couldn't. As the puck stays in and it was taken out and just dumped right back in. The Selects block the dump and they try to go the other way. Working in. Shot. Hit a body in front and went wide and high. Selects trying to get something going here. Battle alongside the corner. 2 players from each team in that battle. 5 minutes remaining here. Puck's not moving much there in that battle. And it eventually comes out. Selects have the puck. And it's taken right back by the Lynx. And there will be another battle alongside the boards there. Refs again yelling, move it. Lynx win it. They just throw it behind their own net. Lynx try to dump it out. It's blocked. The second attempt hits a couple people and it goes all the way down. There will be an icing as the ref lines and say that it didn't hit anybody, so we'll go all the way back down to the Lynx zone. 4:43 remaining here in this opening frame. Chances for both teams early on. No one has capitalized yet. McCaddy in for the Selects for the face-off. She's tied up, and Landry takes it for the Lynx. Landry has Primo. Shot in front. Rebound. No goal, and it's covered. And this crowd likes the effort by Mason there, covering that puck up, as that was a great chance there for the Lynx. It's Primo and Landry were home free there for a minute. Another draw, this time won by the Lynx. They try to get it deep into the corner. Selects will be able there to pick it up. They try to get it out. Will not happen, but they pick it up behind their own net. Reverses behind her own net, goes the other way. Getting some speed, coming up the ice. A lot of speed now entering the Lynx zone. The puck's knocked off her stick. Her centering pass paddled aside by Jessam. The puck's battled for beside the net. It's kicked free behind the net by a Lynx defender as they try to get it out. Vickers passes it back. Pass is intercepted. Select's trying to slow things down, set things up. Puck stripped away at the blue line. And Perot just knocks it into the Select zone. Outlet pass. Up into the zone. A little bit of a breakaway. Gets taken down. And a great defensive play there by the Lynx. Saves a goal. Keep this a 0-0 game as she was home free all alone. Allie Rose McClellan has the puck. Trying to shield it away from the Lynx defenders. Alongside the boards, comes out to the point. Pass just bounces over a stick. Goes cross ice. Back at the point of the Select. That attempt is knocked away. Austin almost had a breakaway there. It's just knocked off her stick. Landry has it. Landry just elects to dump it in. Mason's behind her own net to play it. Selects have the puck in their own zone. They try to chip it out, but stolen by Brown. And it's just dumped right back in. Delayed offside, so Selects are able to go back to pick it up and try to regroup. So the outlet pass misses everybody, and we'll go all the way down for an icing. 2:36 remaining in this period. And the Lynx will have another offensive zone draw here. Brown versus McLean on the face-off draw. Won by McLean, it looks like, as they all get tied up, but she comes out with the puck. She's going down the other way. She just backhands it into the zone, but the Lynx come the other way. Vickers with some speed into the zone. Andrews chips it up, but it hits a stick and goes backwards. Back to McLean at the point. Her shot saved and covered up there by Mason. Another offensive zone draw here as both teams send on a new unit. Puck's dropped. Another tie up there. No one knows where it is. It gets back to the point. Gabriel just fires it in. Puck's bounce around in the slot, goes back to the blue line. It's saved. Actually, it's not, as they call it delayed offside here. So the Selects are able to take the puck up with a little bit of speed, working their way in. She makes a move in front, and it's just knocked away at the last second in front of the net. So that was another prime scoring opportunity for the Selects. Battle alongside the boards, comes out. Picked up by the Lynx. Tries to reverse it by her own net. McNeil has it, reverses again. Pass off the boards, just out of reach, and it's just dumped back in behind the net. The Lynx, Gabriel. Passed off. That looks like it might be an icing. It's Gonna get to Mason. Mason's gonna just cover it up. And there will be an unsportsmanlike penalty coming up on the Lynx. It's gonna go against number 9, Elise. And he gone. As now the Selects will have their first power play of the game. Puck's dropped, minute 20 left in this period. Back to the point. And Gone getting the penalty. Shot saved by Jessom. It's trying to get cleared, but saved at the point. Back to the point. Trying to work down McClellan. Her shot blocked in front. And the Lynx bench loves that. Selects off the puck. Fans on the shot in front. McClain passes it back to the point. Back to McClain. She's working down. Her shot high and wide. Selects still have it at the point. It goes all the way around. Pass to the point. Back to McClain. McClain. Her shot. This time hits the post and goes to the side. Puck's behind the net. It gets shipped up and hits the side of the net. So the net moved and some of the fans thought that might have went in. 30 seconds remaining in this period. Tied up behind the net. Selects come out with it. Back to the point. McClain tries to toe drag and shoot, and she just fanned on it, and it's knocked away. The Lynx bench making a lot of noise here on the penalty kill. Shot in front, hit a body, and just went wide. Tried to clear, but fanned on it, hit the boards, and went back to the point. Another shot from the point, saved. Jessom, another shot. Who scores? And the Selects score on the power play, and it's 1-0. And there's some pushing and shoving in front of the net during the celebration as some Lynx players fell down. But after all that, it's 1-0. There's zeros on the board. As it looks like time expired, I think they're going to count that. And they are. I don't know if they're going to put any time left back on the clock. Puck was bouncing up as the team's going back to the bench. So it looks like that might be the end of the period. Sorry, the team's going to the dressing room, or at least the Selects are. Rogan Vint getting the goal. There's a little bit of confusion here, so the Lynx are asking for an explanation of how they scored with the time expired, but it looks like it's going to stand. So that's how we end the first period, 1-0, and we'll be right back after a short intermission. And welcome back to the Anagas Arena for the second period of play here between the Lynx and the Selects. If you're just tuning in, crazy finish to the first period as there was a unsportsmanlike penalty charged to the Lynx for snowing the goalie of the Selects. And then on the subsequent power play, Rogan Vint scored with 1.5 seconds left to end the period on the power play. And that's where we stand right now. Selects 1, Lynx nothing. As the Selects come back out to the ice for the second period, we're waiting for the Lynx. As this should be another entertaining period of play. Two very evenly matched teams. As the Lynx come on to the ice. As I mentioned earlier, full house here, 50-50 climbing all the way up to $300 and something. Both teams come onto the ice here. Even a couple dogs in attendance here tonight on their very best behavior. Here to watch some great hockey between these two teams. Both teams have players from this area. So there's not really a home crowd on either side. Both sides of the rink fairly full. Behind the net as well. And both sides of the crowd making a lot of noise in the first period, which makes the game that much more fun. Both teams are out. Both lines are out. Refs talking to both coaches. They look like they might be ready. Or maybe not. As both teams skate back to their bench, the refs try to fix the ice over by the Zamboni door. We might have a little bit of a delay here before the second period gets underway. Just keeping you, the viewer, in suspense a little bit. I know you want to watch this great hockey game. As both teams making a lot of noise. Refs came towards center circle. We might be good to go. And it looks like we are. Teams get the face-off draw. Big thud there at the end. And Selects win it, and they dump it promptly into the Lynx zone. Gabriel has it on her own net. The chip up works as they get the puck out. As Austin will go down the other way. She has it in the corner in the Select zone. She works behind the net. Turning around. Back to the point. Back to Austin. Austin chips it past the defender. Past another one, but McLean's there to pick it up. And she's working with a lot of speed into the Lynx zone. Shot. Big glove save by Jessam there. She holds on as she gets a couple hugs and taps of appreciation by her teammates there. Keeping this a one-goal game early on in the second period. So a new unit comes on for the Lynx as well as the Selects. Selects win the draw back to the point. Shot from the point, hits a couple bodies, doesn't get through. The Lynx looking to take it the other way. They can't get out of their own zone though, as it gets knocked back, and McNeil will have it. Partner passes, they finally get out of their zone here, and they have some speed coming up the ice. Vickers shot, glove saved by Mason, and she just holds on to it. So both goalies here with early glove save, and both electing to just freeze it there. Both two good shots there from both teams, as both teams are coming out flying here in the second period. Puck's dropped. One back to the point by the Lynx. Vickers shot from the point, hits the body, doesn't get through. Selects looking to go the other way. Working towards the board, just chips it in. Foot race for her own chip. Vickers, though, is there for the Lynx. She tries to get it out, gets stuck at the point, and then it's poked out. Selects will have it in their own zone. Trying to work way back. Trying to take advantage of this change by the Lynx. No good as it gets knocked up in center ice. The Selects have it, and it's taken away. Brown will have it by the Selects bench. She passes it up. Just out of the reach of her teammate there as the Selects will have it in the corner. Makes a forechecker miss. She gets brought down. No call there. Shot's just knocked away by Mason. Brown will have it in the corner. Her centering pass hits the skate and goes all the way to the point. It gets dumped right back into the corner. Another centering pass. That one's whiffed on. And the Selects will be able to pick it off and try to get out of their own zone. Selects here. It's a 1-on-2. Working their way in. Tries to make a move, but the defender is there to knock it away. Selects, though, still have it behind the net. She gets taken down hard. There's going to be a battle for it behind the net. Puck looks like it will get out, and it does. So Selects will have it. McCaddy with the puck, centering pass off a skate as no one was out front there wearing a white jersey. Sorry, blue jersey. It's knocked away. Selects still have it, though. Trying to extend this lead. Back to the point. Shot from the point. Hits the traffic in front. Doesn't get through. Battle for it in the slot. A shot from the slot just knocked away as it can't go through that traffic. Lynx will have it behind their own net. Brown can't get to the puck, so the Selects will have it. Selects shot. Blocker saved by Jessam. And it's going the other way. Cochran just dumps it in. That looks like it'll go all the way down for an icing, and it does. So that tired Lynx group will have to come back onto the ice as it's an icing charge against them. Just over 3 minutes into this period, both teams having a shot, a couple of chances early. As the ref's trying to figure out who has to come back on for the Lynx. As once they figure that out, we can get back underway. Pucks drop, one back on the plane. Defense can't hold it at the blue line, though, so the Selects are going to have to retreat back towards their own zone. It's dumped right back up, and McLean for the Lynx trying to fight with it. McLean shot, couldn't get through. Chipped back towards the zone, and it's dumped all the way back down. It looks like it'll go for another icing against the Lynx, and it does. And that tired unit still has to stay on the ice. Jessam's sharing her water bottle with some of her teammates as they haven't been able to get off here in a minute. Draws one back by the Selects again. Shot from the point. Doesn't get through. McNeil will have it. McNeil, her pass off of Andrew's skates. It doesn't get out. Selects will hold it at the point. Pass off the boards to herself. Goes out of the zone. So Selects will have to regroup and retreat back to the neutral zone. It's just dumped into the Lynx zone again. That Lynx unit that's on has still been out for around 2 or 3 minutes here. As McNeil takes a tumble into the corner. So there'll be another scrum for the puck there in the corner. It's being held up against the wall. Lynx bench is loving it. Ref looking like she's about to blow her whistle. But the puck comes out at the last second. Centering pass poked away. Selects at the point. Works it down low. Shot. Deflected out in front. Doesn't get through. The rebound was just poked away as a groan came from the Selects fans. Selects, however, still have the puck. Back to the point. Working it down. Poked away, but Selects regain possession. Out in front, shot, and off the shin pads. Goes back to the point. Shot from the point. Tipped away, as that was a scary tip by the Lynx defender there. Andrews fighting for it. She tries to get it out. Stopped at the point. This unit has been out for probably 4 minutes now. Shot off shin pads, doesn't get out. It's chipped up, saved at the point. The Selects putting some pressure on here. Another save at the point. It's knocked away again. Dumped back into the corner behind the Lynx net. They'll have the puck. McLean reverses, goes back behind her net again. She chips it off the boards. Doesn't get out though as it's stopped again at the point and it's dumped right back in. Another clearing attempt gets blocked and it's sent all the way down, and that will be another icing. And they'll look for who came off the ice. As the Lynx were able to get one player off there before the icing, but 4 of the 5 on the ice have been out for a while. As the Selects just keep putting pressure on. Puck's dropped. It's knocked behind the Lynx net. McGinnis back there for the Lynx. She's trying to get it. There's going to be a delay penalty on who? It looks like the Selects, and it will be. It looks like a slashing call. And it's charged to number 19, which is Fife Francis McDonald. She'll head to the box for 2 minutes for a slash. That tired Lynx unit did their job. They get to go off the ice for a rest, and the power play unit's on now. Selects win the draw. The clearing attempt does not get it out. Gabrielle have it at the point. Her shot blocked out in front. The Selects try to get it out, and they're just able to get it out into the neutral zone. Gabriel with her at her own blue line. Pass up. The dump attempt hits some shin pads, and the Selects will have it in their own zone. They dump it all the way down. Jessen behind her own net to play it. She's just going to leave it there. Lynx trying to get something going started from behind their own net. They coming up with a little bit of speed. The Lynx. McGinnis for the Lynx, working towards the boards. She goes down. She just throws the puck behind the net. Back to McGinnis on the side. Her shot hits something. Vickers has it. She's pushed up against the wall. Battle for it behind the net. Comes to McGinnis. McGinnis trying to just throw it behind the net. That's foiled and dumped right back out. Gabriel dumped it out. The Selects were asking for too many men call. Not to be, though, as it gets dumped all the way in. Mason out to behind her own net to play it. She just leaves it there, and it'll be dumped all the way down into the Lynx zone. Austin there to play the puck. She makes the move, gets the forechecker off her back. Makes another move, walks past McCaddy. She's into the zone. Austin shot. Hits some skates, does not get through. She throws it back to the point. McLean at the point. McLean tries to get it down. She does. But it's going to just be knocked right back out, and there's 10 seconds left in this penalty. 5 seconds left, and that looks like that will do it for the penalty. So, back to even strength here, as Francis McDonald will be able to get back onto the ice. Lynx have it in neutral zone. Working with some speed up into the select zone is Landry. She falls down and loses the puck, but she gets back up, takes it back, and just dumps it all the way around behind the net into the corner. Selects will pick up the puck. They try to get out. They throw it all the way down the ice. That will go down, not for an icing, as they say someone touched it. So Selects will have it deep in the Lynx zone. Up against the boards. It comes out. It's behind the net. Gabriel knocks it down. Out to Mahadi in front of the net. Her shot just goes wide. Through some traffic, another shot, and the net comes off again. As I mentioned in the first period, that net and the other net, both nets for that matter, have proven to be problematic so far today here at the Antigonish Arena. Offensive draw for the Selects. McCaddy out there for it. Puck's dropped. McCaddy just fires it towards the net and will be stopped and covered by Jessom. So we're going to do that all over again. So we're going to do this draw again. This time won by the Lynx back behind their own net. And it took a weird hop off the boards, came right out in front, and Jessum's going to have to cover it again. So we're going to do it again. Puck's dropped, won by the Lynx, but McCaddy's going to pick it up for the Slex. She works it back. It's going to go back towards the point. Slex at the point, just try to dump it in. Puck goes up into the air, and it'll be chipped out by the Lynx. And it's just going to be promptly dumped right back in past Morel. Lynx have it. The outlet pass is knocked down, so Lynx will have it behind the net. Reverses again behind her net. Makes another forechecker miss. Pass out to McCacken. McCacken will have it at the center line. McCacken working in. She just dumps it in as she didn't have any help. Mason's just going to play it into the corner. Picked up by the Lynx and knocked away. McCaddy just throws it behind her own net. Pass is deflected, but it's going to hop over Vickers' stick at the blue line. The Selects looked like they might be off there, but McLean made a nice play with her stick to knock that puck away. Pass to the blue line. It's intercepted. Shot saved by Jessup using her stick. And Vickers will have it in the corner. Back up to the point. The Lynx will have it. It's just a shovel pass into the zone as some players go tumbling into the boards. Puck's up for grabs behind the net. Battle for it. Selects look like they come out with it. Pass. Hit a stick. But we'll get to McLean. McLean working in. Her shot hit a stick and just went wide. McLean, though, kicked on the forecheck, tried the wraparound, and was foiled by another stick. Battle behind the net. Picked up by the Lynx. They throw it out in front, and it'll be picked up. The Lynx with a little bit of speed. Good stick lift, a shot. Just blocked away by Mason there. Puck goes up. Slugs have it behind their own net. Good forecheck by Landry there, but the puck does get out of the zone. Lynx will have it in the neutral zone, and they just dump it in. Selects, though, will just dump it back, and that will go all the way down after it hit a couple people. Vickers will have it behind her own net. Vickers, pass it up, hit a skate, will go all the way down. Lynx win the foot race too, so Lynx will have it deep in the zone, looking for some help, trying to get to the point. It's up for grabs, a battle alongside the boards. Lynx have it in the corner, behind the net. Working behind the net, looking for some help, gets to the point. Just dumps it back into the corner. Landry will have it in the corner, makes a move. Puck goes to the front, but no one there, wearing a white jersey, and the Slex will take it the other way. Slex with some speed, trying to get some people with her. Works into the corner, stops, looks back to the point. Puck out to the point, back down low, shot, goes just wide. As that will roll all the way back to the point. Select's trying to get something going here. It gets knocked out. Select's just elected to just dump it all the way in and get a change. Both teams changing their offensive units. Lynx coming up, trying to get something going. It's only a 1-goal game here. 8 minutes left in the second period. Big save there by Mason. Good rebound control as the Selects were able to pick that up. Shot from the point goes just wide. Selects trying to get this out. They have it in the corner. McNeil was on it. Aver McNeil, good forecheck there, but it got out and will go down. McGinnis will have to regroup and get it. McGinnis has been out on the ice for a while. Her pass can't be handled there by her teammate as it bounces up. Puck in the slot. Shot saved by Jessup. Another big save there. As she's been tested often here so far. Puck gets stopped at the point. Lynx will have it. They try to get it out. It does get out, but the pass can't connect as the Selects will have the puck again, this time in their own zone. Outlet pass. No. There, Gabriel knocks it down, but she loses the puck. Selects have it. They're trying to work in. Another big defensive play there. So Lynx find some good defense here in the second period. Puck's knocked away. Selects have it. It's stolen. McLean reverses it behind her own net. Her pass. Her teammates didn't see it, so it's picked up by the Selects. Scrum in the corner. There's 4 from there. Puck comes out. Gabriel. She throws it up. It's stopped. Batted a couple times. She gets it right back. Second clearing attempt doesn't work. Third time's a charm as that gets out to center ice and then just dumped right back into the Lynx zone. McLean has it. McLean, as both teams have a change there. She tries to get it down. McCacherin, and that's blown then offside. As McCacherin tried to knock that down, have a chance on goal, but it was blown dead offside, so we'll go right outside the select zone for a face-off as it'll be McLean for the selects lining up for it. And Austin for the Lynx, one back by the selects. There's a scrum by the penalty box there. Puck gets all the way down. Morel tries to get it out for the Lynx. It gets chipped up and out. Selects have it by the center line. Be knocked just into the Lynx zone. Morel passed up to McCacherin. She just dumped it in. Mason plays it. She just leaves it for her defender there. Played behind the net. Selects have it down low in their own zone. Trying to get out of this jam. Partner pass behind the net. Another partner pass right back behind the net. Looking to get it out. Vickers though stops that. Puck's out in front of the net and just couldn't handle it as it goes wide. Centering pass is batted away. Selects have it behind their own net. They try to get it out. So the Lynx try to put some pressure on here and tie this game. Selects with some speed. It's a 2-on-1. Working away. Centering pass just behind the trailing forward there, and the Lynx will go the other way. This time they have some speed. It's a 3-on-3. They dump it into the corner. Brown will give chase. She can't win it as the Selects win the foot race there, and they have it in the corner. Batted around. Selects trying to get this out. Lynx putting some pressure on in the last few minutes. Selects going the other way as the Lynx change. They lose the puck. The Lynx have it in the neutral zone. Back in their own zone. McGinnis, her pass up. Connects. Makes a move. Lawand just dumps it in. Selects have it behind their own net. Dumped in. Battle for it by the blue line of the Lynx zone, and they turn around, fire it down. That's going to be down for an icing, and it will be 4:15 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 Selects if you're just tuning in, as the goal came with 1.5 seconds left in the first period on the power play by Rogan Vin. McCaddy lining up for the draw for the Selects, as that draw was blown dead right off the bat as she'll be kicked out of the face-off circle. So we'll try to do this again here. Puck's dropped, won by the Lynx, as Jessam sprawls out and covers the puck there right away. So Lynx will send a new unit onto the ice. Back and forth second period here. Back and forth game. One goal separates them, just like the first meeting between these two, as they tie up there off the face-off. The Lynx get it back behind their own net. Pass up to Cremo. Just past her. Selects will have it in the neutral zone, and they just dump it down. Gabrielle up to Cremo. She loses the puck. It gets thrown in on net. Tipped by a Lynx defender, but Jessam was there to make the save off of her own teammate's tip there. Zach almost spelled disaster there for the Lynx, but Jessam stands tall as she has all night. Draws one by the Lynx, but Mahadi's there. This is their battle alongside the boards. The Lynx come out with it as they look to go the other way. Selects have it in the neutral zone. They just get it in. Gabriel behind the net. Gabriel working her way, try to work her way up. Gets knocked back. Austin has it behind her own net. Trying to fake out some players behind the net. Her pass can't connect. The Selects have it at the blue line. working their way down, pinned up against the boards by Austin. Puck comes out. Gabrielle once again has it. Behind her own net. She just dumps it off to Landry along the sideboards. Landry throws it up, it hits a stick, and up and out. And another puck goes into the crowd. 3:04 remaining here in the second. Great chances from both sides here in the second period. Neither team capitalizing so far this period. 3 minutes, there's still a lot of time left before we go to our second intermission. Puck's won there off the draw by the Lynx. As Vickers just throws it up the sidewall. That's thrown up. The Selects try to get it in. Puck comes out of the battle, and it's to the Lynx puck. But the Selects regain possession in their own zone. Trying to get it out. Chipped up to the blue line, can't be saved, but the Lynx do have possession in the neutral zone. Tries to make a move at the blue line, doesn't work. Vickers will pick up the puck. She corrals it, she works in with some speed. Her shot hit a stick, went wide. The puck's in the corner. In the feet of Vickers. Vickers battling with McLean for it. She just knocks it into the corner. Selects use the partner pass behind the net. Try to get it out. They can't, as Morrell makes a big stop there at the blue line, keeping the puck in. Pass off to the boards. McLean has it. McLean trying to get a little speed going here. She loses the puck in the neutral zone. It's dumped in. Hits McLean actually. Bounces right back out. Selects have it in the neutral zone again. As the puck's knocked in, McCachran knocks it into the zone. To the Select zone, sorry. She takes a hard fall into the boards. The puck's around the blue line. Another good save. Throws it back to McCachran down deep. And she pokes it, and the big collision there behind the net. She loses her stick. The Selects are going to go the other way. Selects working with some speed. Just chipped it into the corner. This is a battle alongside the boards there before the puck comes back to the point. Selects fired on net. Big save by Jessam. Selects the rebound. And in front. Show scores! A broken play. Puck ends up out front. And it's 2-0. And just like that, the Selects double their lead. I believe that was Sean Richards scoring that goal, getting her first of the night, making it 2-0. Minute and 12 left. A lot of late period heroics here so far. Puck's dropped. One back by the Selects. As it was Sean Richards getting that goal. With Allie Chisholm getting the lone assist there. As there's 1 minute left, Lynx have it deep in the zone. As they're battling for the puck alongside the boards. It'll come out. Austin has it in front of the net. Shot. Big save by Mason, and she covers it up. As there's some pushing and shoving and a lot of whistles. The refs having talk with a couple of girls there. No call though, because they're able to smooth things over. 46 seconds remaining in this period. It's very recently 2-0. Thanks to Sean Richards. So that puck goes all the way down, and that's going to be an icing, it looks like, against. No, they're waving it off, sorry, as the Lynx have it deep in their own zone. Lynx trying to get a little speed, have some late period heroics of their own. Vickers shot, hits some shin pads, bounces back. Still corralled by Landry. Landry working into the corner. Shielding off a defender there. Landry behind the net. Her centering pass bounces up and over. And the Selects are able to just clear it out with 15 seconds remaining in the period. McLean, back with the puck. She dumps it up to Landry. Landry has the puck. 6 seconds left. Landry has some help. Working in. Shot just wide. Has a great opportunity there at the end of the period. And that's how the period ends after 2 periods of play. Selects 2, Lynx 0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a quick intermission with the third period of play. 20 minutes left to separate these two teams. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back one last time into the Antigonish Arena tonight as we're getting ready for the third period of action between the home team, the Northern Subway Selects, and the visiting Cape Breton Lynx. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the halfway point between these two teams, which means packed house, as both teams have traveled very well up the highway, down the highway to Antigonish, as this barn is rocking tonight. As the town of Antigonish has come out to support these two teams. If you're just tuning in, the story of the game, 1.5 seconds remaining in the first period. Rogan Vint buried the first goal of the game, sending the Selects into the first intermission with a 1-0 lead, and then very late into the second period, Sean Richards burying her first of the night, and that's where we stand right now. It's 2-0. It's a very back and forth game so far. So anything could happen with these last 20 minutes. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's guess what's going to happen here. As tensions have boiled over a couple times. Nothing too crazy, but it's clear that these two teams do not like each other, and they want to beat each other very badly. As I mentioned earlier, the only meeting between these two teams so far this year ended in a 2-1 victory for the Selects in the Hector Arena in Pictou. And this game has turned out just as good as that one, as both teams return to the ice, getting ready for the third final period here, as they're starting to make some noise. And you know what that means? We're ready to get this third period underway. The rink dogs across the camera are loving it. We're loving it. The puck is dropped. The Selects win that one quick as they're working down towards the Lynx zone. McLean for the Selects has it. It's taken off her stick by Austin. She chips it out, and it's going into the Selects zone. Selects defender there to corral that. She tries to get it out. McGinnis just knocks it right back in. Second attempt. It's floated down there. McLean knocks it down, and she'll have it by her own blue line. McLean throws it off to the Lynx zone. Shot. Big save by Jessam. As puck's loose, it's blown dead. And that puck just trickled through Jessam as she laid down on her back to cover it. So a big chance early here in the third, for the Selects. Puck's dropped, one back by the Selects, but Vickers is there to steal that puck as they're trying to get it out of their own zone. It's fired back in, it's blocked, and the Lynx are going to go the other way. Lynx, shot, blocker save by Mason as the rebound goes all the way out to the blue line. McLean has it, and she has some speed. She's knocked off the puck by Vickers, and the Lynx bench is loving that. Vickers has the puck. Vickers with some speed into the Select zone. Shot, glove save, and covered up by Mason. She's been outstanding tonight, as well as Jessam down at the other end. Both goalies have been outstanding tonight, and both deserve lots of credit. Brown in for the draw for the Lynx. Tied up, pucks bounce around, the Selects will take it. Selects moving quickly up through the neutral zone, waiting for some help. Fires shot, Jessam turns that aside. Brown will have it, chips it up the boards. The Lynx going to go the other way. Passed up. It's a one-on-one shot. Saved by Mason, rebound. Gets knocked to the corner. Lynx going to just try to fire that around. It gets blocked. Oh, Slack trying to get this puck out. Back to the point. Lynx, shot. Another save there by Mason, as it's knocked right back into the zone. Sluts have it though. They try to get it out, and that pass is intercepted. Landry working in. Shot. Scores! Ava Landry brings this within one, as the Lynx side of the rink is going crazy. Not even 2 minutes into this third period, And it's a brand new hockey game. Eva Landry jumped on that puck, and she was all alone. Nice move, and she buries it. It's 2-1. As there go the Lynx trying to use that momentum as they get it back into the zone. Morale has the puck deep into the corner. She's surrounded by a bunch of blue jerseys as the Selects chip that back behind their own net. Selects looking to get it out. Lynx trying to keep this pressure on. Austin chips it over. Morale just dumps it in. Mason out behind her net to play it. Selects trying to settle some things down here as the Lynx came out firing early in the third. Another shot off the post, and we were that close to having a tie game as a groan erupted from one side of the rink. Vickers back behind her own net to play it. Pass it up. They get it out. Lynx, Andrews shot. Saved by Mason, and she's going to hold on to it. The Lynx look like a brand new team here early in the third, and we're in for a great finish here on a Sunday night in Antigonish. McClain line up for the draw. McClain is kicked out of the face-off circle, so someone will have to come and replace her. Pucks drop one back by the Selects. Selects have it in their own corner. Big collision there in the corner as they both go falling into the boards. Another big collision behind the net. The Lynx are loving it as their bench is erupting in cheers. The dump attempt gets out of the zone all the way back down into the Lynx zone. McGinnis pass across. Back to McGinnis. She chips it up. Brown will have it in the zone. She's looking for some help. She goes down into the corner. Working her way back towards the point. The Selects take the puck, though, and try to go the other way. It's McClain had it, and it's taken off her stick by Brown, but she regroups, takes the puck back. She just dumps it down. Puck's in deep there. Philosophy as old as time. So Lynx try to throw it behind their own net, and it's taken by the Select shot. Big pad save there by Jessam as she keeps this team alive into a takedown there behind the net. Lynx come out with the puck, and it's stick lift, and it's taken by the Select. Selects just throw it right back behind the net. Race for the puck, and it's just poked to Vickers. Vickers has it. She's trying to get over her own net. She makes another move. Some screaming again by the Lynx bench. She just dumps it in. Trying to go the other way, and that's going to be blown dead. And that's going to be a too many men penalty on the Lynx as their coaches plead their case. The refs are not budging, though, as they counted 6, so that will be a penalty. So the Selects have a chance to get that quick goal back here. Not even 5 minutes into the third period. They're going on to the power play. They're 1 for 1 so far, I believe, with that goal coming 1.5 seconds left in the first by Rogan Vin. McClain has it. Angoni serving penalty. McClain gets taken down there. The Lynx looking to get it out. It's saved by at the point. Selects pass, gets hit by a stick. It goes up and hits the glass. Selects will have it down deep behind the net. Looking for some help. Chips up to McClain. McClain looking back to the point. Back to McClain. McClain tried to shoot it on net. It was blocked back out to the point. Shot from the point. Got blocked. Couldn't get through the traffic. It gets chipped out. Big save at the blue line. And the Selects try to feed it in front, but just poked out of the way. McClain has it. McClain working in. Her shot hits some bodies out front. Selects have it behind the net. Working back a minute into this power play. Selects trying to get something going here. Back to McLean. McLean backhands it to the point. Back to McLean. She's going to work down. Her shot. Big rip and a big save by Jessamine there. As that was an elite shot. Quick release there by McLean. But Jessamine was up to the test as she makes the save, holds on to it. 54 seconds left in this power play for the Selects. Playing back out there for the draw against Austin. Puck's drop. The Lynx come out of it with the puck. Fired it behind their own net. Trying to get this puck out. Selects have it. Selects back to the point. Shot blocked. Batted a couple times. And they'll get it out. Landry, the goal scorer. Landry working in. She has it. She's trying to get it to Austin, but it's intercepted, and Selects are going to go back the other way. They dump it in. She's able to get her own chip in there. She reverses back to the corner. Some new flags on for the Selects. McLean shot, scores! The hometown kid takes advantage of the power play, and it's 3-1. Who else but the captain, Hallie Rose McLean, gives the Selects their 2-goal edge right back. Making the Selects 2 for 2 on the power play so far. Puck's drop. One back by the Selects. As there's a huge applause when Hallie Rose McLean's name was announced there. McLean, notably a part of that Team Atlantic team that came second at the women's U18 Nationals. There's no icing there as the Selects will take the puck and try to go the other way. Selects coming into the Lynx zone, just chips it in there. Morale giving chase. She can't win the draw. The foot race, sorry, she's taken down. Pass out front, the shot was blocked. Lynx trying to go the other way. Just dumped in as they're looking for a change. And Selects are going to try to take advantage of that. Working down with some speed. Makes a move towards the front. Puck gets caught up in McCachran's feet, but it'll be taken right back by the Selects as they dump it behind the net. McGinnis is taken down. She leaves the puck behind the net though. That puck's going to come out of the zone and all the way down into the Select zone. Selects fire it right back up. Both teams working fast here this second period. Both teams have a goal already. We're not even halfway through. The Selects working their way in. It's knocked off first stick by Austin. Austin back behind the net. Outlet pass just out of the reach, so the Selects will regroup in their own zone. Chipped out in front. All the way down. Vickers giving chase. And it will be an icing. 13:22 left in this period. Lynx struck first here in the period. The Selects answer back on the power play, regaining their 2-goal lead. Puck's drop. One back by the Selects. They have it behind their own net. Chipped out to the boards. Vickers stands tall there, but she just dumps it behind the net. Austin giving chase. Stick lift, puck comes out to the point. And it's just dumped right back in behind the net. Austin has it behind the net. There's going to be a delay penalty this time on the Selects. The whistle goes. And there will be a cross-checking call on the Selects. Number 17, Carly Boyle, will go and serve 2 minutes in the box. And this is as good as a chance as any for the Lynx to get that goal back, get back within one. 11:53 remaining left in this period. Cremo McLean on the draw. Cremo wins it forwards. Bounce it around in the slot and just poked out of the way. The Selects are going the other way, shorthanded. Selects have it on their own. Sorry, the Lynx have it on their own net. Vickers coming up with a lot of speed. She works into the select zone. Her shot hit a stick up and out of play. Boys playing and some of the younger fans getting into it. Puck's dropped, one back by the select. Cremo, however, good forecheck. She tries to get it out. Back, goes to the point. Slap shot, and it's tipped into the corner. That was a great chance, and it's going to be dumped all the way down. Jessom's going to play it in front of her net, and she just dumps it into the corner as there's some forecheckers coming her way. Gabrielle coming into the zone. She's behind the net. She goes back to McNeil. Gabrielle. Puck's bouncing around. Back to McNeil at the point. McNeil down low. Makes a big move. Pass out front. And that'll be intercepted and dumped all the way down. We're halfway through this power play for the Lynx. But they still got plenty of time in this game and the power play to make something happen here. Passed up. Zircon coming in with some speed. Works in shot. Big blocker saved by Mason. As I think it got the stick actually, the knob of the stick. As the Selects will have the puck. As they try to get out, they just dump it all the way down. And that'll hit the boards and bounce back out. 30 seconds remaining in this power play. Pass goes up. But in the neutral zone, the Selects have it. Morale just chips it in. It'll be a change for the Lynx. Selects have it on their own net. They try to get it out. It's to the point. It's blocked at the point. It's just fired right back in. Dying seconds of this power play. 3 seconds. We're back to even strength. The Selects will have it. Selects going the other way. Selects. Big kill. Shot. And that just went wide. And that's going to rim all the way around and go all the way back down to the select zone. So Lynx get their unit off. Fresh legs on. So Select's looking to get some momentum here with that kill. As they walk in, makes a move, but forced out wide and behind the net. Lynx have the puck behind the net. Chipped off the boards. Pass up was stolen and just dumped back in. Selects have it deep in the corner, waiting for some help to come. Reverses back up the boards. Tries to reverse towards the corner again. Battle alongside the boards. Lynx have the puck. Pardon. Pass goes up, and that's going to go down for an icing. We're 9 minutes remaining in this game. And so far, 11 minutes into the third period. It's been special. 2 goals, 1 apiece. Lynx trying to make some noise here. Get back in this game. McCaddy in, Brown in for the Lynx. McCaddy wins it forwards. Puck's bouncing around by the face-off dot. McCaddy can't whip it, but it gets knocked to the point. Select's working in, shot. Hits some bodies out front and goes into the corner. The Lynx have it. They're trying to break out. They do. They're working up into the zone. Chips past the defender and behind the net. Drops it behind her, but there's no one there, so the Selects pick it up and go the other way. Knock back into the zone. Selects finally get it out, though. Up to the blue line. And Gabriel going the other way. She showed some speed so far today. She does it again as she gets it down deep. She falls down. Another body falling down. Stick lodged into her skate there as they get it out, but the puck goes to Austin at the point. Austin trying to make a move. Back to the point. Back to Gabriel at the point. Fake slap shot makes a defender miss. Her shot hits the body and goes wide. And the Selects are going to go the other way. Selects trying to work their way in. Hits its foot out front and goes into the corner. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this period. The third period of this game. Puck goes back to the point. A lot of white jerseys around it, but still gets able to dump it deep. Lynx have the puck. They're looking to get out. That breakout pass is knocked away. So there's a battle by the blue line for the puck. The ref's yelling to move it. Selects, get the puck. They come out 2-on-1 in front of the net. Pass back. Shot. Big save there by Jessom. She knocks the wheat rib on Ryan McLean. Passes to the point. Shot from the point. She scores! And it's 4-1. As the Select strike again. A shot from the point. And the crowd is loving it here in Antigonish. Layla Burris, wrist shot from the point, got through all the traffic and found its way home. Assist from McLean, meaning another multi-point game from her as the Lynx win the face-off draw. That's dumped in. So Slack's looking to break out of their own zone again. Vickers has the puck. She takes a hard fall into the boards, but will get back up. The Select shot, another big save by Jessom there. As she stood tall so far today, she's been peppered. Pass back out to the point, shot from the point, hits the skate and goes into the corner. Vickers will have it for the Lynx. She just chips it out, and the Selects will just dump it right back in. As McNeil will have to go back and get the puck. 6:30 remaining in this third period. Selects have the puck. Lynx take it back. They try to get it out. It's stopped at the point and just dumped all the way in. Vickers will have to retreat back for the puck. She gets it up and they'll come out after a nice move at the blue line. It's just dumped in. Landry giving chase. She can't win the foot race. The Selects have it in their own zone, deep in their own zone. Forecheck by Landry there. Reverses back behind her own net. Selects still have it. It's deep. Some pushing and shoving going on behind the net, behind the Selects nets, pardon. But the Selects finally get that puck out of McGinnis. We'll have to retreat back and get it. Change for the Selects. McGinnis takes a fall, and the Selects are going to have it down the other way. Selects shoot. Saved by Jessup, and she covers it. Abby Jessom has been electric so far tonight. Although they're down, she's made save after save. And I'll be excited to see what the final shot total is after this game as the puck goes out in front. It's taken away by Austin. Austin reverses back behind, and she's going to look for some help to try to get this puck out. She tries to chip it up, and it's stolen at the blue line by the Selects. McCaddy has it down low. It's taken off her stick, and it's going to be a penalty. And it looks like it's going to be body contact on the Lynx. Going to the box is number 17, Layla Austin. So, the Selects power play, which is 2 for 2 so far today, gets a third opportunity. 5 minutes left in this, just over 5 minutes left in this game. Puck's dropped, one back to the point. Burris again. Burris. Pass out front, shot off the post, crossbar and out. And it's back to the point. McLean has it again. McLean's shot just goes high and wide, and it goes back to Burris at the point. Burris works it down low. As walking around by the point, works in. Pass cross ice, shot, hits the Landry's stick and goes wide. Landry reverses it behind her own net. Morale's going to have it, and she dumps it down. Foot race for the puck. There's going to be a battle behind the Selects net here for the puck. Just over a minute left in this power play. Selects working it back. Burris has it. She's going to take it off the ice. She drops it back. Pass back to her, just out of her reach. Just picked up by the Lynx. They try to fire it down. It hits a Selects player and up and out of the ice. So 57 seconds left in this power play. 4 minutes and 6 seconds in the game. And there will be an offensive zone draw for the Flex on the power play as their second unit gets on the ice here. Puck's one back to the point. Flex trying to work it down low. Working in, shot. Doesn't get through the traffic, gets into the corner. She picks up her own rebound, works it back to the point. Selects pressure on this power play. Try to chip it out. Hits Cremo in the chest, and she gets it out. There's some bodies flying around here. So the puck gets out. McCaddy will have to retreat back into her own zone and pick it up. She's working down. She makes the defender miss. She works in shots, and it's saved. And the net comes off again, it looks like. This time the other net. The play's blown dead. With 3:31 remaining in the period. 22 seconds left in the power play. Flex putting on a lot of pressure here, up 3. Puck's dropping, it's 1 forward. Working back to the point. At the point, back over, partner pass, shot. Hits some shin pads of Landry and goes into the corner. Selects for game possession. Back to the point. Working their way in. Shot. Big save by Jessam there. And she'll hold on to it. 4 seconds to go in Austin's penalty. As she's itching to get back on the ice. Draws one back by the Lynx. They're going to have it. They just rim it around. It won't get out, but Austin comes out right at the opportune time and is able to knock it out as the puck just dumped right back in. There's 3 minutes remaining in this game. Lynx try to fire it up. They have it deep in the zone. 2 players take a fall there. As the Selects go the other way. McLean's pass intercepted by Vickers. So McLean has it. McLean working in. Her backhand is saved by Jessam. Her centering pass knocked away, and then Jessam covers it. So there will be an offensive zone draw there as McLean almost created a chance herself, but a great defensive play forced her to the outside where she could only use her backhand there, and Jessam stood tall once again. Pucks drop one back to the point. Shot from the point is high and wide. And the Lynx just knock it out of trouble down into the Select zone. Select's back down there to regroup behind their own net. Fired it up. Puck's up for grabs. Knocked back. Vickers picks it up. Vickers passed up and it's just dumped into the zone. Selects look like they'll win the foot race, and they do. But it's passed out in front by Brown. Another shot, and a glove saved by Mason and held on. As she keeps this a 3-goal game late with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. McLean on the draw. Pucks drop one forward by McNeil. Stumped behind the net by the Selects, and they'll have it all on their boards. They try to fire it up, hits a body. McGinnis will just dump it right back in. Minute and 50 remaining. Goalie staying put. Puck's down low. Selects have it. Selects look to break out. Big stand by the McGinnis at the blue line. Keeps it in, but the second clearing attempt works. Selects go the other way. Selects backhand pass to McLean, and there's a big hit, and that will be a penalty for sure. As another body contact penalty, as a player was sent flying. It's going to be number 8, Jayla Andrews, going to the box. It's minute 29 left. The Lynx just killed off a penalty. They're trying to do it again here in the late stages of the third, down by 3. Puck's dropped one back by the Selects, back to the point. Burris has it at the point. Burris walks in, her shot scores, and she has 2. And it's 5-1. That's her second goal, second on the power play. With a minute 23 remaining, it's 5-1 Selects. We'll have a goaltending change for the Lynx as Ellie Power will finish out the last minute and 20. She signals that she's ready. The puck's dropped. One back by the Lynx. They try to dump it up. The Selects just dump it all the way into the zone. Puck's fired up. Bounces off a stick. McNeil will have it in the Select zone. She's walking in. Her shot hits something, goes wide. 1 minute left to play in the third period to close out what has been a great game. Pass goes to the point. Stolen, and she's taken down. Andrews has the puck. Andrews tries to center it, and it's blocked. Second centering pass is knocked away by Mason. And the Selects tip it out of harm's way. They wave off the icing. There will be no icing. Morel back behind the net, plays it. Her pass up. It's taken away by the Selects at the blue line. It's knocked back in. Morel will have to retreat to pick up the puck again. 27 seconds left to play. She fans on the pass, but her teammate's there to pick it back up. Andrews tries to get it out. It's knocked away. It's knocked back in, and that's going to be blown dead for an offside. 18 seconds on the dot remaining in this game. Draw just outside the Lynx zone. Puck's dropped. Vickers passes it back as the Lynx win the draw. It's taken away by the Selects. 10 seconds remaining. They have the puck down deep. Austin is going to take it out. She skates out of her own zone. She's going to go up the other way. And time expires. And that will be the game. The Selects take this one in Antigonish to the delight of a large number of fans here. 5-1, as it was a great back and forth game, but the Selects pull it off. And I'd be remiss if I didn't give a special shout out to Abby Jessam, the Lynx goalie. Even though they did not win, she played outstanding as she faced a barrage of shots. My name is Ron McDonald. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Major Midget Girls Hockey League by High Button Sports. I hope to see you guys